You're talking about visuals, and we talked off air about your video, "The Mountain," and I'm such a fan of this video because man, it's so simple, right? You watch the video, it's so simple. There's one person in it, but then if you're really paying attention to the video, it's not simple at all. Not even a little bit. And if you really listen and watch and let the visuals line up with what you're hearing, the song takes on so many more meanings than what you would only hear if you were listening to the song.
Mm.
Now, the song itself is a tale of perseverance and tenacity, of being the ultimate survivor and standing up through it all. This is my words. First of all, the vocals, I'm going to say some nice things about you, India. I hope that's okay.
Okay, I
All
like
right.
hearing nice
All right.
things.
So the vocals to me absolutely haunting. Just oh man, they draw you in so much. And like I said again, the video just was so unbelievably well done. And you said yourself you co-direct these. You're very hands-on in this process. So knowing that now, you had a very big hand in the production and presentation of this video. What's the story behind the song? And when did you start seeing these visuals that ended up being into the video?
So the story behind the song is I was on the phone with my therapist one day, and it was about a year into my trauma therapy. And prior to this particular day, I was feeling really good. Like I was like kind of a little bit prideful about how well my progress was coming and how good I was at using my new behavioral tools. And I really thought that I had this therapy thing nailed. But this particular day, something triggered me, and I was not okay. I was in a very dark place, and I was terrified, and I was piling shame on top of all of that
Mm-hmm.
because I thought that I was better. I thought that I was healed, and I thought I was good at this, and all of that. And I was saying that to my therapist, and my therapist said, "This is an avalanche. You're in the middle of an avalanche, and it is so hard to find your tools in the middle of an avalanche. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to tell you that even when you're healing, avalanches are going to come. But if you keep doing the work and you keep showing up for yourself, you're going to come through those avalanches better and easier every single time. And when the avalanche is over, always remember you are the mountain." And that is just about the most empowering thing that anybody has ever said to me in my life. And she asked me what my aftercare plan was going to be when we got off the phone. And I said, "I'm going to write a song called The Mountain." And that's what I did.
Wow. Just very empowering. Yeah, that's tough, man. I get it. We all struggle with that, and it's just such a good message. And it's the very first single from the upcoming record, which is already out for our listeners here. So, what was the decision behind that? I mean, it's a very powerful tale. It has got some dark edges to it, and it's your first single. And the first single of a record is typically gonna let people know what to expect from the songs that haven't come yet. So, what was the decision in making the mountain the first thing that people hear from this record?
Well, we did sort of a soft opening to the record. We put out Ain't My First Rodeo first, but we did it as a standalone single. And then we did The Mountain. And I mean, we actually were going to put The Mountain out first, like before Ain't My First Rodeo. But we ended up going with Rodeo for other reasons. I think like I think a press outlet wanted it or something. We ended up putting that one out. But The Mountain, like Shyla and I just feel like The Mountain is our favorite song on the album. We feel like it's just so powerful that we wanted people to absorb it as soon as we could get it out.
Mm-hmm. And from the perspective of producing the video, which is also in today's atmosphere is very visual in the music business. It's so weird to say that, but it is facts. So there's so many different ways you could have gone with this video. So I called it simple but not simple, but the visuals of it are very simple. It's just you in a room and you're dealing with the different things that are happening, to the mountain, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So tell us visually what the plan was to try to get the message across, because sometimes less is more, right?
Yeah, well, and I have to give credit where credit is due on the mountain. This is the only video that I've ever made where I didn't come up with the whole concept entirely by myself. My friend Stacy Huckabee shot this video, and we're really good buddies and close friends. And we were on the phone talking about what I should do, and Stacy suggested doing it, and she was like, I don't know where we're going to do it, but it needs to be like in a stark place where it's just you. And then she and her friend Rachel, my friend Rachel too, um, we sort of started talking about how to get it across, and I wanted to work in those elements that I talk about in the song with the rain and the snow and the wind and all of that. So it was kind of a collective effort between the three of us to come up with the concept. And I went online and just looked at a bunch of warehouses around the East Nashville area. We found it. I have a bunch of baby pools because we shot a video years ago with 22 baby pools in my backyard. So I grabbed one of those baby pools and took it to the warehouse. And Rachel climbed up on a ladder and poured water on me when it was time for the rain. We had a snow machine and a leaf blower. And we just did it. And it was cold. It was so cold that day. It was like in March, I think, and it was so cold and there was no heat in
It
that
was it
place.
was it
So
was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.